Hi there, my name is Matt Cole, one of the producers of the Sexperts podcast, along with my good friend Brian Garrity. And before I begin the show, I just want to give huge thanks to our guests during this episode, Anna Sosa and Bobby Mercer of the Madonnas. They are a sketch group out of Norfolk, Virginia, and you can see them live this Saturday, August 5th at 10 p.m. at the Push Comedy Theater in Norfolk, Virginia. Get your tickets at pushcomedytheater.com. They're only $10 and they're selling fast, so get them while they're hot. Also, if you love sketch comedy, it's the weekend for sketch comedy at Push Comedy Theater because Sketchmageddon is August 4th, the previous night, Friday, at 10 p.m. All right, I want to make a huge announcement now. A very, very, very special thanks, again, to my good friend Anna Sosa because she is the official first fan in our official Sexperts fan club. She went to patreon.com/Sexperts podcast and she pledged $1 a month. And that is so wonderful. We can't tell you how much that means to us. Again, thank you, Anna Sosa. Okay, find us on Twitter at The Real Sexperts and Instagram, The Real Sexperts. Send us your questions and topic suggestions to therealsexperts@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook. Give us a like, The Sexperts. Without further ado, everything you're about to hear is made up on the spot, so please enjoy this episode of The Sexperts.
Turn on your computer, dial up the web, download some information into your head. It's Dr. John and Delilah, they're having a great time. To do it's simply true, we're the Sexperts.
Intro music, and hi there. Welcome to The Sexperts. I am your host, Dr. John T. Alanese, CPM.
And I am Delilah Haydair, magician to the elderly.
Yeah, and we're coming to you live today from an art gallery in Norfolk, Virginia, to talk to you about sex. Obviously, we are the Sexperts. It's the word sex and experts. Don't laugh. A lot of people don't actually realize that. They just think it's a funny, made-up word, but...
No, it's a technical term, scientific.
And between us, we've had, 54 years of sexpertise?
Yeah, and I just added a couple more weeks in the last couple weeks.
It's funny how time works.
Yeah.
Well, before we get too thoughtful, I do want to introduce our topic of the day, which, speaking of the elderly, which I want to talk to you about that in a little bit. We're going through, the topic of the day today is top 5 anal oopsies. Top 5 anal oopsies. So we'll go, should we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
Let's build up, to 1.
Oh.
Build up by counting down. It's funny how time works.
And by the way, not to diss you or anything like that. Do people say diss anymore? It's like a 90s rap term.
My parents say it all the time.
But not to diss you or me, but for our listeners out there, we were up all night at the Corey Feldman concert. So
we were, and
screaming our heads off.
No regrets.
Corey. Although I thought it was, again, although he's named Corey Feldman, he looked a lot like Corey Haim, so I was shouting out, Haim.
Yeah.
And he thought that we were shouting shame, and there was a hole to do. We got kicked out.
Yeah, and he refused to sign my bare chest, but he'll be back next year.
Yeah. Actually, we have our guest walking up right now. Hi there, welcome. Who are you guys?
Hello, I'm Concepción Salvatore Aguilleros.
Oh, you're gonna have to go through that name one more time.
People call me Seppi.
I will call you Seppi. Yes, welcome. And who do we have here? Who's your friend?
I'm Dr. Ralph Needleduke, PhD.
Dr. Needleduke.
Needleduke.
Dr. Needleduke.
That's correct, sir.
Thank you so much for joining us here at the Norfolk Art Gallery. They actually have a few Pollocks here, but we want to talk about your expertise because you guys are on this show for a specific reason.
Wait, you said Pollocks, right? That was not like a racist thing.
Wait. Now I'm racking my brain for racist.
He's wondering if you're if it's a Southern accented slur against Polish people.
Oh.
Because I just don't know if it's the right kind of show for me, if that's the case.
This is so interesting because this is actually my specialization because I am
talk to us.
an aphrodisial archaeologist.
Go through that word again for me.
I am an aphrodisial archaeologist.
I've been wanting to meet an aphrodisial archaeologist for my whole life.
You're going to be my translator today, Delilah, because I my ears are probably still ringing from the Corey
You
Feldman
got Feldman ringing in your
conference.
ears?
Well, yeah, talk to us. Talk to us about your guys' background and expertise. So you guys are a duo. You're kind of like Indiana Jones and short round? Is that racist? Oh, fuck.
As long as you say it with a southern accent, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, talk to us.
One of us is Indiana Jones and the other is the Satchel, but we don't say which is which.
You guys pull things out of each other?
Yes, we do. No, yeah, we met in Africa originally, and yes, out on that deep savannah, the big plains they got out there, and I studied the lethargic cheetah, and it is a subspecies of the lesser or the greater known major cheetah, and it's a topic that is really coming up because it's very, very almost extinct. In fact, it's hardly even known by science, really. I'm still trying to convince other people it's a real thing. But I've been studying the lethargic cheetah because it goes to these swimming whales where they have these like hallucinogens that the shamans used to go to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it would go around. It was considered a spirit animal.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just cultural bigotry that people laugh at me at conferences when I talk about lethargic cheetah.
I did not laugh. I was fascinated.
I know,
I
you
was
were into it.
fascinated.
Yeah, how'd you guys get hooked up? What? Now your story.
So I've been doing research on aphrodisial archaeology,
Yes,
and it
yeah.
plays into like how dialects can really awaken a sort of animalistic sense of sexuality.
Oh.
So even this, this is the one that we met so long ago, the languid cheetah
The languid cheetah,
or
yeah.
lethargic, whichever. it
No.
is.
Actually, yeah. Sometimes it goes by its other colloquial name, which is languid.
The languid cheetah. The sounds that the languid cheetah makes actually awakens a different kind of sexual desire in the local tribe around the area. So they are amongst the most fertile human beings in the world.
Well, speaking of awakening sounds, let's get into top 5 anal oopsies, which if we start at number 5, that's going to be sound. Well, go yeah.
I want to get on this while we're still on the topic. I read about a bushman, like the lethargic cheetah. It's pretty well known. It takes several generations for them to go from their sleeping habitat to the pool.
You read my paper.
I did read your paper.
No,
And,
are you serious?
yeah,
Am I the only one here who's never heard of the
I watched a
lethargic cheetah?
documentary. I watched a documentary about a bush family who, like 3 generations of the bush family, followed this cheetah, having no idea where it was going to go.
That is so true. And I wrote something called 3 Generations of the Bush Family. People put me on CNBC, and I got out there and I was like, man, you guys, I'm talking about cheetahs.
Oopsies.
Oopsies, I know, right?
Yep, that must have been hilarious.
It was, we all had a good laugh.
Tucker Carlson must have been fuming.
His little bow tie just starts spinning around.
I've always wondered if it spins.
Oh, it totally spins. It totally spins. He just goes bing, bing, bing every time I go commercial.
What is your PhD? So what is your background?
I studied biology,
Yeah.
and in specific sub-Saharan African rare mammalogy, which is where I came into contact with the languid cheetah.
And the languidity is part of the reason why it's so rare. It doesn't really run from its
You would think
predators.
a cheetah would be fast, but it's not. It is amazingly
the
slow.
lethargic one.
The
probably.
lethargic, it is.
Languid, to be more
It is.
specific,
It is.
languid.
I know, it is languid. It is languid. It's languid. It's lethargic. Some people call it the slow cheetah, but then we got into trouble with some sort of disabled rights people. They were like, "Oh, you're making fun of the cheetah," like it's So we were
No,
like,
and they're
okay.
very smart. They're very
smart. You,
How do you know, Delilah?
I read his paper.
he read the paper.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking like you wrote the paper yourself. Like you've never met a cheetah.
I read it more than once.
It's a good read. It's a good.
serious?
It's a bathroom read, if anything.
I read it this morning to my grandmother at the nursing home after I was done with my magic show.
Were you trying to kill her? You're trying to
No,
lull her
she-
into a gentle death.
No, she just she's kind of like a languid human being. So
That's her spirit animal.
pretty much. Yeah.
Now, you said languid. You said lethargic. Is there like some sort of rift here? Is there or is it lost in translation?
Well, we ever since we've known each other, we've had this language thing. Language, the way the sounds come out of the mouth.
God, yeah.
Sorry,
I'm never. You're poetic.
Thank you. So it's we go back and forth a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's a healthy rivalry, I'd say.
Yes.
I mean, but basically, I'm wrong and she's right. So that's what it comes down to.
Retaliation or rebuttal.
No, in a relationship, it's retaliation.
I want to
You're
get
trying
back
for
to this.
revenge.
I want to get back to this languid and lethargic because the sounds is really what awakens sexual desire. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So when it comes to translations of dialects, don't start.
Are you doing your cheetah noise?
That's his lethargic cheetah call.
That-
If you wait about 35 years, one will get here.
But this is beautiful
On the
because
savannah of Tanzania, that's a
he
mating
has
call.
taken on some of the sounds of the native biology that he has studied, and now it actually is going to affect for generations to come. And this is proven by my archaeological research that he's going to be more fertile for years to come.
What are some of the more interesting things you've found while digging?
Yeah.
Yes.
Talk to us about archaeology. Because it's not like I mentioned Indiana Jones earlier. It's not like that at all, is it?
No.
I figured.
I read a Wikipedia article about Joan of Arc's dildo.
Wait.
Were you on that? You're an aphrodisial archaeologist,
Yes.
right?
With Joan of Arc, it was a different situation because it was dealing with the church, for instance, and they actually like for instance this Gregorian chant and whatnot that was written. I think Joan of Arc was someone who benefited from those sounds.
Mm-hmm.
She's not very fertile. She was not very fertile.
Can you do you know any good Gregorian chants?
I do. This is something actually that we came across in our research together.
Yeah, just do us a little ditty. Do you need backup? I can beatbox. Just do it a cappella.
Percussiveness actually is known to diminish the body.
Yeah,
It's
no, just do your thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the boner killer.
Let me lead you in though. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Needleduke and was it Giuseppe?
Seppi.
Ladies and gentlemen, Seppi and Dr. Duke. Dr. Needle. Oh shit. Okay, hold on.
You're the worst
I know.
announcer ever.
I've been
Great podcast host, horrible Gregorian chant announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Norfolk Art Gallery, welcome to the Gregorian chants of Dr. Needleduke and Seppi. Fight the power. Wow.
Thank you so much for this one because I don't think that our children these days is really understanding how aphrodisia is really important to existence in the future. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Well, speaking of beautiful and those noises that were coming out of my mouth, top 5 anal oopsies.
Let's get back on track.
Yeah, because sometimes when you mean to do anal stuff, when you get too serious about a thing, you concentrate too much and then you can have an oopsie. So number 4.
I had an oopsie.
What was it?
My 10-year marriage.
That wasn't an that wasn't an anal oopsie, was it?
Off and on.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear. Actually, your divorce, like I was very glad to be there for you. But I need somebody right now, actually. I'm admitting this right now, is as everybody knows, I'm a certified professional midwife. The Certified Professional Midwives of America have actually been listening to the show, and they want to disbar me.
They can't do that.
I know. It's...
You've got CPM tattooed on your lower back.
I feel
That's
for you.
for life.
You know, even your midwifery and your divorce, for years to come after this, archaeologists are going to find traces of how you left a mark on society. So this is I'm not a fan of this keeping you away from midwifery.
What? Thank you.
Well,
Now-
future generations will change their calendars to like before you were de-whiffed and after you were de-whiffed. And, it'd be,
That sounds dirty,
Well-
Dr. Needleduke.
Speaking of leaving things for future generations,
Yeah.
fun fact for our avid Sexperts listeners. After every episode,
Yeah.
I save every new episode to a USB drive.
Okay.
And then I go to a public park in the or state park in the state of Virginia, and I bury it. and mark its global positioning system coordinates.
Yeah.
And I'm tracking it in a log of which I have the only password, except
Wow.
for Dr. John has it.
Yeah, Doodlebug 5.
And when we
Oh, no. Oh, hold on. I gotta...
We'll
I just
change it. We'll change it.
Shit. Sorry.
Doodlebug is my nickname for my wife.
It's important work.
5 was how long we've been apart.
I thought you were going to say how many seconds you could last.
Oh.
No, how many top
Needleduke.
How many of the top oopsies we're supposed to be covering? in
I've
this?
seen so many cheetahs go at it just so slowly.
There are a lot of these anal oopsies that
Yeah.
happen in his research.
Oh yeah,
Oh, with animals.
It's so amazing. It does something, I think, with the proprioception,
Yeah.
where the lethargic or the kind of not really with it cheetah, as I colloquially
Hey,
call
you're in
it.
a safe place. You can say slow.
The dumb cheetah. It's like
The dumb.
the dumb cheetah. It'll miss. It'll have a whoopsies. It'll go like up to like a tree. But it's as slow as it is, so it thinks it's a cheetah.
I saw that YouTube video of the cheetah lifting its leg on a tree and
Yeah.
then falling over
Oh, my God.
and pinning up into the air.
Chester Cheetah
Yeah.
of Cheetos. He's a languid, right? Because he's like high all the time, right?
Oh, they are big into the ganja.
So that's why...
He's a languid lifestyle cheetah, but he was actually born a normal cheetah.
Yeah, he's just
He
lazy.
chose
Now you're
lifestyle.
Now you're blowing my fucking mind. So that makes sense now, because like when you get high, you eat a lot of Cheetos, and they chose a good mascot, the lazy cheetah. Oh, lazy.
Oh,
we haven't lazy.
The connotation of that is
he's
entirely
a
different.
lazy cheetah. The other cheetahs are just born that way.
Yes.
Which, if you've seen a poster of a languid cheetah, underneath is just this hashtag "born this way."
Yeah. That was another one. I wrote an article called "I was born this way. Life is a blah blah." They didn't read the whole part about the cheetah. I got invited to a whole bunch of conferences, and there was a whole to do.
Before your work, people thought all languid cheetahs that was a lifestyle choice. But no.
Exactly, but now
No,
they
it's not.
understand that this is not their. This is just who they are. We need to accept them.
I have.
Yes, and they're currently in Tanzania fighting for languid cheetah marriage, which is a big fight.
I was going to ask you, what's next for you guys? What's next? What are you guys going to do?
We are actually going to co-write a book together.
Oh.
About the different sort of researches that we have done. We have not done writing together. One of the most exciting digs we ever had, he deals with mammalian mammals,
Oh,
Mammalian mammals, yes.
Yes.
I heard that earlier. I didn't, yeah.
And we found this profile in the stone.
We pounded it.
Yeah. And this, it's interesting because it was a fish, right?
A fish?
But attached to its cloaca was another, this is a skeleton of the fish,
Yeah.
like in the water.
Yeah.
But it is now in stone because it died millions of years ago.
Oh, my God.
And attached to its cloaca, we thought that maybe it was some sort of plant life, something like that. But then it was another fish. And attached to that one's cloaca, another fish. This is what I hear in Western civilization called, what is that one? Centipede?
Human centipede.
Human?
Yeah.
So this is a fish centipede?
Yeah.
God, that...
Yes, that was a bit of a horror show, wasn't it, when we found that?
It was, but it's actually...
You had no choice but to pound it.
I had no choice but to pound it. No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. We had to do very personal research then on that work site.
Yeah, very personal.
It continues to this day.
That's what we call it
The
when we
pounding.
have our alone time, the pounding. The personal research is when we're on the work site and she's digging, and I
can't wait to read this book, honestly. Fish centipede doesn't have a good ring to it, though. What are you going to call it? Like, maybe something...
how to drug your cheetah. As what my guess was, because I was thinking about taking this is something she didn't know yet. I was going to take I kind of stole some of your aphrodisiac medicine stuff you keep in little vials. I kind of gave it to one of the cheetahs, and
That
Yeah.
was just silt from the Yellow River.
And it was no longer.
the foundation of our relationship is I never know what she's talking about.
That's hot.
Speaking of that's hot, we got to get to our top 5 anal oopsies. Which number are we on, by the way?
I think we're on.
We did 5, which is sounds. We talked a little bit about that. 4 was God. You know what? Actually, they're closing. They're closing soon. So That's the thing about art galleries. Is like they don't stay open, late. There's no like after hours art gallery.
It's been rated as one of the worst places to do a podcast about sex.
And the security guard's been looking at us the entire time, like shut the hell up.
They have been shushing me. I don't. That's very aggressive. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
He just held up 3 fingers. I think he's been listening.
Oh,
Speaking of holding up 3 fingers, oopsie.
Oh yeah, that was one of them. Okay. Anyways, we'll post it on the website. So go to sexpertspodcast.com.
Well, on the web we have all the time in the world. Let's post the top 100.
Yeah. Why don't we? Is this podcast on the web?
I don't know where it goes.
You bury it, don't you? You bury
Other
it out,
than
out in
that,
the state park.
I know where one physical copy goes every time.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Needleduke and Seppi. You guys have been wonderful. Be safe, though. I know those cheetahs are languid or lethargic, but you never know. They are wild animals. And
Well, if you're pounding fossils, you can't be too safe.
last minute thoughts, comments, advice for young people who want to get into.
share your sounds with the world because they will leave a mark for us to find out in future civilizations.
And if you're going to give aphrodisiac hallucinogens to cheetahs, make sure you get the slow cheetahs. Because if you accidentally do like I might have done with the regular cheetah, they're gonna raise up on you.
And if you find yourself on Tucker Carlson, go ahead and flick it.
Always flick the bow.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for the Sexperts. I am your host, Dr. John T. Alanese, CPM.
And I am Delilah Haydare, and I will see you at the old folks' home. Abracadabra.
You had a cough. See you sex time.
Bye.
Da-da-to-do, it's simply true, we're the Sexperts.